Okay, my name is Jaime Vegamora, and my pronouns are she, her, hers.
So, first question, KP has had a very loose relationship with the other SAC orgs. How do you intend to bridge KP to SAC and create solidarity with the other orgs?
Yeah, I kind of seen like the loose connection that we had with SAC, or like just essentially with political pillar. So hopefully with like social awareness court and also like the rest of political pillar, uh, they would work all together to like kind of bridge the gap between SAC and KP, since KP is a SAC org, and so like it's also like reaching out to like SAC and resources and like finding out like if they have events that like probably the political pillars could attend first, and then see how it goes, and then just like relay it back to KP, and then possibly even share the information that political pillar learned, and then just really just um, sharing the sharing the knowledge and education.
Nice. So, second question, social justice and critical dialogues can be difficult for new folks to understand, or folks new to social justice spaces to understand. How will you make these ideas and concepts more accessible, especially to new people entering the space?
It was social justice and
Critical dialogues.
critical dialogues. Yeah, so with how like politics is nowadays, like no matter what, like people's feelings will be hurt, and it's just best to like um, validate everyone's opinions and create a space, a community that like um, opinions will be heard, and like the idea is not shut down, or like also like the person themselves delivering the opinion is not shut down. And so with like social awareness cord, like not only will you present like information and material that you learn at social awareness cord, but also like providing like different perspectives and like I guess spectrums of like the material that you're uh, bringing out for the community. So it's like not just one side, or it's just one sided or like very biased, but like it's like the whole entire perspective. No matter if it's like like you like the opinion or not, it's at least you're getting the whole entire you're getting at least receiving transparency.
Okay. So, as social awareness coordinator, how can you avoid political polarization and biased arguments when you want to educate members on certain issues?
Yeah. So I feel like that kind of tied into what my last response, but it's also like if we are dealing with like very heavy political like topics, I think a disclaimer in the beginning would help a lot, and just like not only like welcome these opinions with an open mind, but also like just constant reminder, like if things get a little too heated up in conversation, then like the political pillars or like social awareness cord will be there to like kind of put out the fire before it starts.
Okay. Next question. KP has been criticized for being both too political and not political enough. What does this mean to you, and how would you respond to both of these claims?
I mean, I feel like this is like my own personal thing. Like, if it's just criticism but with no solution, then it's just complaining. But like, constructive criticism with solution is like valid criticism, because like you can't just like criticize and not bring in the solution, because like how are you gonna make each other better, essentially? So with that criticism, I wouldn't really pay it no mind and just work toward like strengthening the political pillar, and just like progressing through, and like just reaching out to other people and just asking for their opinions, because like I feel like that's the best way to like, you know, to get better or start to like strengthen essentially and progress, and hopefully like create or sorry, I don't know what I'm saying anymore, but essentially that.
You're good. So, in light of our current climate, what issues do you think are integral topics for KP to reflect on for the next school year?
So I feel like I do have some topics in mind, and also like that kind of led into my question for Janina. Hopefully, y'all would be able to answer it. But um, in addition to like to what is currently going on with Palestine, I think it is also important to regularly, or like within like given limitations, of course, like also think back on our history, whether it be like Filipino American or just Filipino culture in general, but like also like not only think back in like in the way past, but also don't forget about like what's going on in um, the Philippines happening right now, like with Bongbong Marcos, and then also like how like I guess, for example, like how like COVID-19 impacted the Philippines, and like other like world problems may have impacted the Philippines as well. And then like in, even though it may be a stretch, um, just like talking about how like, you know, because like Filipinos like abroad, like social workers for not just the U.S. but like other like European countries, and seeing how they are and what they're doing, and like in given territories, like since we haven't really heard that much about like what's going on with Ukraine and Russia, like looking into the Filipino community that in Ukraine, and seeing how like just how they are, I guess, in a sense, social well-being.
So you've answered the required 5 questions. Would you be willing to answer one more?
Yeah, I'm open to it.
So, how would you increase the engagement and participation of of the KP community in our political efforts, and how would you combat their apathy towards political issues here and abroad?
So increase like sorry, would you just repeat the
Yeah,
question?
sorry. This is I feel like this could be worded simpler. How would you increase the engagement and participation of the KP community in our political efforts? So how would you engage the KP community more with the political pillar? And how would you combat apathy towards political issues?
Political issues. I think. Sorry, it just helps if I see it in person. I'm so sorry. But increasing engagement with political efforts. I think it goes in hand with like with Paul Week. I feel like we could do other efforts, like just add on or add more to Paul Week, and like every like other often or every so often just hold like I guess in a sense like workshops, and then like if we're lucky enough, probably just like have an in like people who are interested like to go off campus and like see like I guess it's kind of like a field trip in a sense, like with like probably we'll go downtown to see San Diego, and I feel like there has to be like a government building like catered to like the Filipino community, and just like probably like the adults within like the San Diego Filipino community, and even like just really like sorry, I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
No, you're good.
But like just whether it be like campus or off campus exposure to like policies, and like just really showing sorry just really providing information and like opportunities for people who are interested in learning more about like whether it be policy or like government or just like real world current events, whether it be catered for our community or for like outside community that we care for. Like combating apathy, like in what I've seen right now, like given the events, like I apologize if this may be off topic, but given the events from like the May 6th protests, like just creating like a time and like space to for members of the community who feel like they need to like really vent out or just they like just again a space to like kind of like wrap their heads around like the current events because like um, from what I've seen, like I know in ERC, they've held that provost, our ERC provost held that for our community, and I thought that was really nice of him. And just like reaching out to the community again and seeing what they feel is best for them and possibly for their community. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. Great answers.
Yeah.
So that's all the questions we have for you today. Do you have any questions for us?
Yeah. So it was just one. I don't know if Janina has like physically like verbalized it or whatsoever, but was there like any like just related to like her like social awareness court or like political pillar, like were there like events or like projects that she wanted to push out this year but like wasn't able to due to like limits and stuff like that, and maybe we could do it next year?
We know they really wanted, or the entire political pillar really wanted, an in-person speaker. They were able to, or they're coordinating one for Zoom, but I know they really wanted to have someone come and speak to KP. And I think one thing that they're working on right now is to set up committees so that there is another way for the KP community to be more involved with the cultural and political pillars without like having to be on board. I'm trying to remember if there are any more. Those are just the two that I can remember off the top of my head. Any other questions?
No, that was my only question.